quick, aren't I? Oh, I'm so quick. For last year's Booker, I said each review that I do would be less than 10 minutes, and we're going to cut that down. Every review for the international Booker is going to be less than 5. I'm also only reading the books that sound interesting to me from this year's long list, which came out for me earlier this morning, and I will probably read the whole shortlist when it comes out too. So let's get moving. The first of these books I read was On the Calculation of Volume 1, the first of 7. Ooh. I'd already expressed interest in this book because the blurb sounded interesting, and oh boy, am I going to farm the dislike ratio with this review, because I did not find this book compelling in any way. I felt like this book did nothing, and I did not enjoy it. This book is about a woman who endlessly experiences the 18th of November over and over, and the book really gets into that and delves into her emotional observations on that really deep. The book is trying to lull you into the main character's rhythm, where the terror and horror of what is happening to her is dulled by the experience of actually living it. And that's why everything is so matter-of-fact in the book, and that's why she's like, oh yeah, time fell apart, yeah, you know. And in the logic of the book, it makes sense for it to be written how it is, but speaking more broadly in terms of what I was getting out of it as a reader, I don't know why the author was pretending like this is something that has value in itself, like talking about this thing is in itself something of importance. I enjoyed the book at the beginning, and then there was a moment where it clicked for me, and I went, oh, this is all the book is going to do, is just what it's doing at the beginning, and I felt this dread seep into me. And if this book is just a hypothetical, which it is, I don't know why I should be caring about it in the way that the book seems to think I should, because this isn't real. It can't happen. Books don't have to have some sort of intrinsic social value for me to like them, and I can already predict there will be some books on this year's long list where that won't be the case. But this book just has a concept, and the main character describes her feelings on the concept, and then the book ends. And there's no connection to anything. There's no really detailed looks into contemporary human nature. There's just broad emotional strokes that I often found quite saccharine. This is her describing her relationship with her husband, Thomas. Our love has always been microscopic. It is something in the cells, some molecules, some compounds outside our control, which collide in the air around us. Sound waves that form unique harmonies when we speak. That doesn't mean anything, fuck you. Oh, their love is so powerful that it eradicates the space-time continuum. How interesting. If you think that in your relationship with your girlfriend or boyfriend that sound waves form unique harmonies around you, then feel free to dislike this video. I'm okay with that. I did find it interesting conceptually that she doesn't reset, that it's like she's living her own version of time and she can wake up in different places. That was a unique spin on the concept. And the actual writing in the book I thought was usually pretty good. I did feel the weight as the gaps between the days increased and she's experiencing more and more time that she's emitting from the writing. And I did get the feeling that her writing this stuff down was the only thing that was keeping her sane. And I did feel like the days were blurring. I did feel that the writing became more fragmentary as the book went on. But again, I don't see the value in it. I think personally that this book, what this book is trying to be about is about the experience of regular boring life, but using a weird hypothetical to explain that in a way that creates a more interesting blurb. But again, I don't see any difference between this and another book that I'm reading at the moment, Mild Vertigo. I don't see what this book is doing that's so much more unique or so much more revolutionary than that. And it never felt like it was giving me a unique insight. It was just giving me a unique slant. This is one possible way of looking at the world, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine, but another way of looking at it is to drop the toaster in the bath like Phil does in Groundhog Day. And I would enjoy the book more if the book didn't repeat the same shit over and over, because the book doesn't have to, even if time is repeating, the same shit about like emotional connection and silent observations and the beauty in a regular day. Like, come off it. And I'm not saying I want more things to happen to this main character. I just wanted her to change in ways that I would find relatable or that I could put myself onto. And if the character does indeed change, it's just in like the fragmentation of her writing. I didn't feel like at the beginning of the book much was different to the end of the book. And if there were differences, that it mattered to me. And I know it sounds like I'm grappling with the concept of, I don't know, metaphysical philosophy, but I don't see the value in this book where the only goal of it is just this hypothetical and just describing this hypothetical. I don't see the point in that. And at the end of the book, the main character's like, a year has passed, now it must be the 19th of November. I don't know how she got to that conclusion, but I'm like, Godspeed, I hope she feels better.